This is a narration by Tales of Terror.
Brother Malkador claims that his issue has vexed the Imperium. But he is wrong to believe there is anything complex about the issue. I have seen the devastation that unchecked sorcery leaves in its wake. Worlds burned to cinders, populations enslaved, and monsters unleashed. Sorcery brought these worlds to ruin. Sorcery wielded by men who peered too deeply into dark places they should have known to leave well alone. We all know the horror of old night, but I ask you this simple question. What brought about that galactic holocaust? Psykers. Uncontrolled psykers. The threat of these people is horribly real, and you all know the danger they represent. Some of you may even have seen it firsthand. The Psi Engines and Oculum of Terror search out the latent witch genes among humanity, and the black ships of the Silent Sisterhood trawl the stars for these dangerous individuals. Did the Emperor, beloved by all, build these machines for no reason? No. They were built to protect us from these dangerous mutants, using their powers in service of their selfish ends. That is the difference. Where an astro-telepath or navigator uses his powers for the good of others, allowing distant worlds to communicate, or guiding the expeditionary fleets of the Imperium across the stars. The sorcerer uses his power for personal gain, for earthly power and dominance. Yes, the Imperium needs certain empowered individuals, but only those sanctioned and rigidly controlled. We know where power unchecked inevitably leads. You have all heard the stories of old night, but who among you has seen what that means? The Death Guard have seen. On Kajor, my legion encountered a warrior race of humans that had fallen to barbarism. Extensive orbital surveys detected no trace of advanced technology. Yet it took my legion nearly 6 months to bring Kajor to submission. Why? They were savages, armed with little more than blades and crude flintlock carbines. How could such a feral race of savages hold the Death Guard at bay for so long? They held us at bay because they had fell powers and unseen allies. Every night, creatures of witchery hunted in the shadows and killed for the joy of killing. Blood-red hounds stalked the darkness of the forests with savage instinct, and juggernauts of thunder broke our lines with every charge. My warriors have fought Xenos species of every stripe and defeated them, but these were not creatures of flesh and blood. These were summoned into life by Kajori warlocks. These magi conjured lightning from their flesh, set fires with their thoughts, and cracked the very earth with their shouted oaths. No power comes without a price, and with every victory we won, we discovered what that truly meant. At the heart of every city we captured, my warriors found vast structures we came to know as blood veins. Each one was a charnel house of bones and death. We destroyed everyone, and with each one lost, the strength of our foes waned. In the end, we ground down every ragamuffin force they sent against us. Surrender was not in their blood, and they died to a man, destroyed by a ruling caste of warlocks who could not bear to relinquish their power. I still think of Kajor and shudder. Now I do not accuse my brother of such barbarism, but no evil begins with such monstrous acts. If it did, no sane man would ever consider it. No, it begins slowly. A small step here, a small step there. By such acts is a man's heart turned black and rotten. A man may begin with noble intentions, believing that such small trespasses are minor things compared to the good he will do at the end of his course. But every act matters, from the smallest to the greatest. Tales of the Thousand Suns victories are legion, but so too are the whispers of their sorceries. In the past, I have led my warriors into battle alongside those of Magnus, and am well aware of what his legion can do. So I can vouch for the truth of what Othir Wordmake says. It is sorcery. I have seen it with my own eyes. Like the Magi of Kajor, the cult warriors of Magnus conjure lightning and fire to smite their foes, while their brethren crush their enemies with invisible force. I do not lie when I say I knew fear that day. The fear that I had broken one army of warlocks, only to find myself with another at my side. You all know I distrust the institution of librarians within the ranks of the Astartes, fearing for what the Thousand Suns are trying to seed within our legions. No librarians sully the ranks of the Death Guard, and nor will they while I draw breath. I have held my tongue until now, confident that others wiser than I knew best. But I can keep silent no longer. When Brother Russ and Brother Lorgar spoke of the battles fought to subdue the Arkridge cluster, I found myself compelled to break my bonds of silence, though it tears my heart to name my own brother a warlock. I cannot stand by and watch his obsessions drive him and his legion into the abyss of damnation. Know that I speak not out of hatred, but out of the love I have for Magnus. This is all I have to say.